So do you also want to add all the details of the new payments received from Stripe into your Google Sheets? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to log customer payments from Stripe to Google Sheets. So like you, I also use Stripe to sell my products online, and now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new payment through Stripe, I want to add the details of that payment into my Google Sheets. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Stripe and Google Sheets, and we're going to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language using an amazing automation software which is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. In this video, I'll show you how to automatically log customer payments from Stripe into Google Sheet. This setup records every successful payment details like name, email, address, PIN code, and the ID too, giving you a live organized view of all the payment activity. So yes, I have already created this automation, and first I'm just going to show you the proper working of this automation. For that, I'm just going to purchase this Natural Glow Refreshing Face Toner. For that, I'm just going to enter all of these details and click on this pay right over here, and once I'm just going to click on this pay right over here, my payment will be successful, and with this we are going to successfully purchase this face toner as testing user. So I'm just going to wait for a few seconds till it is processing the payment. And as you can see, it is saying thank you for the payment. Alright, so now I'm just going to open my Google Sheets, and as you can see, the details have been added right over here. You're going to see the name, the email, the address, and the PIN code which we entered during our test submission has been added right over here. So yes, this is no magic. This is the power of automation which we are going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I'm just going to open a new tab, and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. Now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect. And over here, before starting with this automation, I'm just going to show you something really helpful. This right over here is Pabbly Community, where automation users, business owners, and marketers connect. You can ask questions, share your workflows, and get instant replies and helpful feedback from others who have faced these similar challenges like you. It's an active and a supportive space to learn and grow together. The link to join this is in the description box below. Make sure to check it out. Alright, so now I'm just going to open my landing page of Pabbly Connect, and we're just going to start creating this amazing automation. So for that, over here we're just going to get two options. One is sign in, and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free, and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here, I'm an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And once I'm just going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And now it is opening the dashboard of my Pabbly Connect account, and to get started, I'm simply going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me to select the workflow builder. So over here we have two workflow builder, the new one which is more modern, faster, and flexible, and the classic one which has a stable and a familiar approach. So you can use any one of this in order to create this automation. I'm just going to use this new one, so I'm just going to simply click on this button which says select, and now it's asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard, you can see multiple folders which I've already created in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can simply click on this new folder button and create your own. I've already created many, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations, and now I'm just going to name my workflow as this: log customer payments from Stripe to Google Sheets. And then I'm just going to simply click on this button which says create, and once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. Alright, so I'm just going to set up my trigger, then only we're going to get the option to set up the action. So I'm simply going to select the trigger application mentioned right over here. I'm just going to click on this add trigger, and now for the trigger application, I'm simply going to select it as Stripe right over here. So I'm just going to search for it and select it, and now for the trigger event, I'm just going to select it as new charge and click on this connect. Now it has given me a webhook URL using which we're going to create the connection between Stripe and Pabbly Connect. So I'm simply going to copy this webhook URL, then I'm just going to follow this help text. So it is saying open your Stripe account. So I'm simply going to open my Stripe account right from here, and now I'm just going to go towards this left side of the bar towards this developers, and after coming over here towards this developers, we have to go towards this webhooks, and after coming over here towards this webhooks, we have to go towards this add endpoint, and now it is asking me for the endpoint URL. So we're simply going to paste the URL which we copied from the workflow. It is asking me for the description, so this is not the required field, so I'm just going to leave it as blank and noticing listen to, so I'm just going to keep it as events on your account. And now it is asking me for the version, so I'm just going to select this your current version, and now I'm just going to select the event right over here. So what I'm just going to do is I'm simply going to go towards this select event, and over here we have to go towards this charge and select the event as charge succeeded. So yes, this is mentioned right over here in the help text that we have to select charge succeeded as the event. Alright, so I'm simply going to select charge succeeded and click on this add event and then add endpoint. And once I'm just going to click on this add endpoint, with this we have successfully added the webhook URL in our Stripe account, and now I'm just going to open my workflow, and with this we have successfully created the connection between Stripe and Pabbly Connect. But now it is saying waiting for the webhook response, and we have to do the test submission in order to capture this webhook response. So for that, I'm just going to purchase this product once again. Alright, so I'm just going to refresh this page, and I'm just going to purchase this product once again. But this time I'm just going to purchase this product with the new details. For the email address, I'm just going to keep it as smart@pabblytudes.com, this as the phone number right over here. And now for the first name, I'm just going to simply keep it as smart. Then for the last name, I'm just going to keep it as user right over here. I'm just going to move on further. For the card information, I'm just going to enter my card details. Then I'm just going to enter this month right over here. And now I'm just going to enter the CVV. And now I'm just going to enter the card holder name. Now I'm just going to move on further. Over here, I'm just going to enter the billing address. And now I'm just going to click on this pay. And once I'm just going to click on this pay, automatically I'm just going to purchase this face toner. So I'm just going to wait for a few seconds till my payment is getting processed. And now you can see it is saying thank you for your payment. So yes, with this we have successfully made the purchase, and now I'm just going to open my workflow, and we're going to see that Pabbly has successfully captured the response of the same. And as you can see that we have successfully received the details right over here. I'm just going to show you the details right over here. Over here, you're going to see all the details which have been received. Over here, you're going to see the name, the email address, and the rest of the details. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, which is Stripe. And now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to add these details right over here in my spreadsheet. And now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to add these details right over here in my spreadsheet. For that, I'm just going to add another action step, and now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets right over here, and as you're going to see Google Sheets, I'm simply going to select it right over here. And after selecting the action application for the action event, I'm just going to select it as add new row and click on this connect. Now in order to connect this Google Sheets, we simply have to go towards this add a new connection and then sign in with Google. Then Pabbly is going to ask you to select the Gmail account with the help of which you want to connect your Google Sheets. And once you select the Gmail account, Pabbly is going to ask you for some permissions. So what you have to do is you simply have to give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because your data is secure with Pabbly. And once you give Pabbly all the permissions, your Google Sheets account will be connected. I've already connected my Google Sheets account, so I'm simply going to go towards this select existing connection and then save. And after clicking on this save right over here, it is asking me to select the spreadsheet. So the name of my spreadsheet is payment tracking. So I'm just going to select the same right over here, which is payment tracking. So I'm just going to search for payment tracking, and as you can see the same, so I'm simply going to select it. And now I'm just going to select the sheet, and now one by one I'm just going to enter all of these details. So yes, I'm just going to map these details. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Stripe as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of a trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. Alright, so first I'm just going to map the ID right over here, which is this. I'm simply going to map it. Now I'm just going to map the name right over here. So I'm just going to look for the name in the response of my previous step. Then I'm just going to move on further. I'm just going to map the email. So I'm just going to look for email and I'm just going to map it. Now I'm just going to map the address right over here. So I'm just going to look for the address. So over here is the address address Old Street, so I'm just going to map it, put a comma, then I'm just going to map the city. So I'm just going to once again look for the address right over here, and as you can see, the city is Indore. Now I'm just going to put in comma right over here. Now I'm just going to map the state, so I'm just going to look for address right over here, and the state is MP. Now I'm just going to map the pin code right over here, so I'm just going to look for the postal code and map it. And after mapping all of these details, I'm simply going to click on this save and send test request, and once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, we have received the positive response that we have successfully added the details. So now I'm just going to open my spreadsheet and check for the details added. And as you can see over here in my spreadsheet, the details have been added. You're going to see the same ID, the name, the email, the address, and the PIN code. So yes, with this, we have successfully completed our workflow, and now whenever we're going to receive a new charge from Stripe, which is whenever someone purchases any product using the Stripe, automatically their details will be added right over here in my spreadsheet. And all of this is going to happen in backend, and we just have to sit back and relax. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.